Hi, I'm Craig Priest. This is another episode of Beers with the Band. Today we have some very special guests, the legends that are We the Kings.
How's it going, man? Thanks for having us.
How's it going, guys?
Oh, well.
Yeah? Are you enjoying Australia so far?
Absolutely. I think we're all a little bit loopy from not sleeping, but alcohol helps out.
We got in, I think like 5 days ago, and in the past, I think 4 or 5 days, we've probably gotten about an hour and 13 minutes of sleep combined.
Really?
So we're
long
past
nights
the
and early morning flights.
Yeah, exactly. We're beyond being tired. It's just a state of delirium.
Yeah, you're the I don't give a fuck. Oh, I don't know what's happening.
And that's where alcohol comes
Everything's
in.
funny, yeah.
Everything's funny.
Everything's hilarious.
That's it. Where normally you're sitting in the hotel room with your best friends and you think they're the most biggest idiots ever, but now you're laughing at them. It's like, why am I laughing at these guys?
That's what just happened.
Yeah.
We've been doing meet and greets, because we love meeting our fans. And after like the first 50 people, we just start losing our minds slowly. It's really exciting to watch.
Let's talk new music, right? So you've got the story of Tonight.
Yep.
I should not have looked. I should have trusted myself.
Yeah, trust your instincts. You got it. Well, it's so new, so
exactly.
in your defense.
The story of Tonight. Are you guys going to be playing that song tonight?
We are. This is actually. It's one of those things because it's so new. This is the first time that we've played it in each one of these cities. And it's nerve-wracking playing a new song live. You're not sure how the fans are going to react and if people are going to like it. But we played it in Auckland, New Zealand, and last night for the first time in Australia in Brisbane. And
I thought you would have said Brisbane then. I thought you would have been like Brisbane.
I actually was going to say Brizzy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I lived in Brisbane for a while.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Or Bris Vegas. Some idiots like to call it.
Really?
Yeah, that's weird.
That's like our Nashville. People call it Nash Vegas.
Vegas,
And it's
It's
actually
like,
nothing like Vegas.
Yeah, you kind of just want to look at them and be like, don't.
Yeah.
Just don't. Yeah, sorry. So it was a.
But yeah, we played
well?
it. Played it both those cities, and it was really awesome, and the fans loved it, and that's all we can ask for is that they just go nuts.
Well, I was going to ask about recording, but when are you guys not recording? Or not recording, but when are you guys not writing?
Never. There's
Because I
never
feel
a
like you guys
moment
are
where you're
always
not
writing new stuff.
There's actually Coley and I took a brief time of I guess vacation from songwriting. We both had children, so his son is 1 year old and my daughter is 10 weeks old.
They're going to be best friends.
So they totally are. And so we took time off of kind of everything to learn how to be a dad.
Which was nice because we've been so busy. So when we both had our kids, you got a minute to spend with them.
Yeah.
And Hunter's, he's not far behind us.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You're locking that shit down?
I think he's next. He's next.
Yeah.
He's next in line to the throne.
On the next one.
Have you told your sperm about it? Like, you're like, get ready, buddy.
I think, they have to
Well, pep
be
talk.
prepared.
Well, Trav has the ultimate plan. We're just going to turn him into a band.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Take all the kids, train them,
They're going to be the Wee Kings.
Okay. In saying that, then, we Kings, I like that. In saying that, who's going to do what in the band?
Well, I think my son might have his trade might be drums.
Yeah, he was banging on those drums last time I saw
He
him.
likes to punch Coley in the face.
What about your daughter?
I think my daughter is going to grow up with my wife's attitude and charm, and I think she's going to be like a singer, but not a crazy one, like a
Not a crazy one.
I think she's going to be very talented in whatever she does. And I'm biased. She'll probably be the best singer ever and best dancer.
And Hunter's kid, male or female, is going to be swinging the guitar around his
Totally.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it doesn't matter what he has. It's going to be a guitar.
It's gonna be rocker.
So you got a band right there.
Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt.
And maybe you can just have some backing track of bass. Who the fuck needs bass?
Yeah.
You just put that in the backing track. No, I'm just
Yeah, it'd be exactly like We the
Charlie
Kings.
does a very good job, right? Charlie? You've just turned him down, and Charlie's just out like, fuck, I'm killing it tonight.
Yeah.
He's got no idea. He comes back afterwards, he's like, man, I fucked up a couple of bits there. It's like, really? Didn't I?
Yeah, I didn't hear it.
Actually, it was perfect. Exactly like the
Doing what
album.
you're doing.
Who's not doing YouTube in your band, by the way?
Me and Hunter are the only two that don't do
No,
it.
just Coley actually. Hunter did it his
I
stint.
I did do one with my wife.
Actually-
We wanted to do like a cooking thing.
I
And
subscribed.
then it was like so weird.
I did. It's my
You've got
favorite
one
vlog.
subscriber.
He was honestly
Yeah,
my favorite
oh,
vlog because
no.
it looked miserable.
What did
it was
you cook?
painful.
What did you cook?
Pizza.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's like the chef of the band. Like he can.
Myself and Danny worked at Domino's before we actually started touring, so like I know how to make pie. So like now I'm like obsessed with it. When we travel, I get new ingredient ideas and.
You can do a traveling YouTube cooking show. You can just show
You would
people
think-
do it on the bus, but
You would
what it's
think
like to cook in other countries and their cuisines.
You clearly are underestimating Hunter's hatred for YouTube.
So it's like pizza, and it's like, why the fuck did I do that?
Yeah, he'd rather
regret that.
just make it and eat it versus having to like start it and stop the camera.
Like my wife had to do all the editing, so I was like, "There's no fucking way I'm doing any of it."
Because you guys have got a new single out, let's actually try and be serious for a little.
I doubt we'll get there, but let's try.
Because you guys have got like a new single out, but you only just released like a record in 2015.
Yeah.
When are we expecting a release in 2016 then, I guess? Because you're already like...
We've been on this like crazy consistent record of releasing a record every 2 years. So 2007, October 2nd, 2007 was our first album ever, self-titled. December 6th of 2009 was Smile Kid. July 24th of 2011 was Sunshine State of Mind.
Dates. I can't even remember
I know.
the dates.
I don't know why.
love that you're pulling out the dates.
December 2nd of 2013 was Somewhere Somehow. And then just this last year, 2015 was our fifth album. So every odd year we release an album. So 2016 is kind of our year to tour like crazy.
All right, so you tour on the even years and you release on
and
the
we
odd years.
writ and record music and release music on the audience. Yeah.
Would you say that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not my words. I was kind of
Strange Love. That was our last album because we actually named it that because us three are a shining example of being very, very lucky to have met the people that we want to spend the rest of our lives with.
Yeah.
And when you realize how lucky you are to have found that love, we've all been single. We've all met horrible people, as have the girls that we ended up with.
Did my girlfriend set you up for this?
It's an intervention. We have letters.
Are you gonna pull a banner down?
So when you realize how strange that love is and how many things that you've had to go through for those kind of two souls to meet, without getting too hippie, it's awesome. It's really cool. You had to make so many mistakes to figure out what was going to be right, and I love that about love, and so that was kind of the concept of the whole last album, and one of the songs on there that was a single was Runaway that us three wrote together, and it was more different than any other song we've ever written because we all three wrote it separately and then combine the ideas. So it was like, we all had this idea of a song. We didn't even talk to each other. And then he came up with a verse, melody, and the instrumentation on it. And I was like, hey, this would be cool for a chorus. And I was like, hey, this would be cool for a bridge. And we just kind of made this like Mod Podge of a song.
And it worked like it.
And
Really well.
now when we play it live, people like cry.
That's
Happy tears. No, I
That's good.
don't want you guys to get the wrong idea. We're not making people cry on purpose. But it's
and if they don't cry, they just kick him in the shins.
it's a really beautiful song. It's called Runaway, and we it's one of the new ones that we get to play live for people for the first time. The album only came out a couple months ago, so it's one of those songs that, like Story of Tonight, that we get to play and kind of see the fans react and kind of witness it for the first time.
Yeah, that's perfect. Well, how do you guys write? Like when you're writing music, do you generally, Travis, do you write the lyrics first, or then do you guys write the music and then you come to Travis and go, this is what we've got? But I guess you're part of the music writing process, playing guitar as well.
A little bit, yeah. I think.
He he brings the idea to the band. He has a general idea of a song.
Each part and go over it.
I think the other guys are more musically talented than I am, and I just have this creative. I have this creative mind. So when when we're prepping for a tour, it's awesome because we all sit in this warehouse somewhere that looks similar to kind of like this, and we get set up and we're like, hey, let's figure out how we're going to do these songs live. And we've always prided ourselves on being a band that sounds better live than we do on our album.
Yeah.
So when we're practicing for live, I remember we have a song called EXO, which features this incredibly talented girl, Elena Coates, who sang with us on another album. And it's like a hip hop song. We kind of dabbled in a genre of music that we weren't necessarily used to, but the fans loved it because we weren't stuck inside this box. And we played the song live, and Coley and Hunter, who add a lot to the band, we're kind of like, let's figure out what we can add to the song to make it more We the Kings, like more than We the Kings that the fans know. And it actually sounds fucking awesome. It's a really cool song that people are able to like listen to who love hip hop but also love We the Kings. And it's like it's pulling the two worlds together.
You might even bring
so-
like We the Kings fans into a hip hop.
Exactly. So,
that's really
you know, like when we're writing something like that, it's more than just writing it for the album. It's writing something for what we're gonna play live, because you know we'll spend more time touring than we do writing an album. So the touring is kind of more important.
If you ever get stuck for lyrics,
You got some?
Yeah, I was listening to Nicki Minaj earlier.
Okay.
Before I came in.
Anaconda?
And no, one of her songs that I thought that you could maybe take a little bit of inspiration from. Maybe it's up to you. But it goes, I never fucked Wayne, I never fucked Drake. All my life, man,
Fuck's sake.
If I did, I Minaj rhythm and let him eat my ass
Like a cupcake.
My man full, he
Just ate.
I duck on nobody but tape. Yeah, that's a setup for a punchline.
On duct tape.
Have you ever
Never heard that
listened
song.
to Nicki Minaj and just been like, that's where I'm going to get my inspiration from? We the Kings is bringing out another album and it's going to talk
Well,
about...
it's funny because I wrote the second verse. I never fucked Nikki because that's fucked up. And if I did
Drake's line.
fuck,
Yeah, Drake's verse.
then I was fucked up.
Yeah.
So,
That's where you get your inspiration from.
I wrote Drake's lyrics.
And you guys had no idea. I bet you had
Thank
no
you, Drake.
idea. It's good. We got Killers, we got Coldplay, and then we've got
Jimmy
Eat World. Okay, so have you guys ever heard of the game Sleep, Fuck, Marry? Like sleep with, sleep, kill, and marry.
Yeah,
so you gotta
I
sleep with
remember
one,
this game.
you gotta kill one, and then you gotta marry one.
Yeah.
Like you normally choose celebrities.
Okay.
Alright, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do that game, but it's gonna be with bands. The bands that you guys just chose.
Okay.
So what you gotta do is you gotta record an album with one of them. So a
Okay.
split album with one of them.
Alright.
And then you've got a tour for 12 months straight with one of them. And then you got the other one, you gotta take away their musical instruments and they're never allowed to play or sing or dance ever again.
Okay, well, we can't take away Coldplay's music because it's like...
I want to record Jimmy
Yeah, because
World.
you'll have a lot of angry people.
No aspect.
Yeah, that'd be fun. And I think touring with Coldplay for a year straight, it'd be awesome to watch them for a year straight.
Yeah, I feel like we do a lot of drugs.
And actually, if you took the Killers' instruments away, they'd be weird to just look at and watch, because they don't.
So you just
The only one that runs around is Brandon. The
Brandon,
rest
yeah.
kind of just hang out.
Okay, so can we have a conclusion to this? We've got Killers taking away their instruments.
Yeah.
I love that we're doing about this 3 favorite bands. So any way that this goes, we're offending one of our
Yeah,
favorite bands.
Yeah,
But
that's
we'll
the
take
idea,
we'll
though.
take away Killers' instruments.
Yep.
We will tour
With
for a
Coldplay.
year straight with Coldplay, and we'll
Do a
record with
record
Jimmy.
with
World.
That's brilliant. You've been touring for years and years and years. You must have done tours. Like there must be pranks out there that you guys have
We used
either
to-
had done on you or you've done on the support bands.
We used to do a lot, like back in the day when we first started touring, like in the van and whatnot. Where we'd like after the end of tour, like we'd do one massive night where we'd just get everyone.
Yeah.
Like,
It's always like the second night or last night of
Yeah.
tour. You know, it's a fun night. You know, people are excited that it's the end of the tour, but it's a bittersweet type thing.
Yeah. So it's like a celebratory.
Yeah,
I think we did one in Australia on the Simple Plan tour. We came out in our underwear
Yeah.
on their last song.
Yeah.
Last song of the tour.
Sweet.
I think my favorite one was with our good friends Mayday Parade. We exchanged their microphones with black dildos. And so when they went out to grab the wireless microphone, it was this floppy dildo. They were not pumped. And they are some of our best friends, so like we've done massive tour pranks with them. Alex Garcia, their guitarist, is probably one of the better
Yeah, he's
guitarists
phenomenal.
we've ever been able to have the honor of touring with. We set up an A/B switch. For those of you who don't know, it just means if we press it, what he's playing is
Won't be
going to
heard
one
anyway.
thing, and when we press the B switch, it's whatever we hooked up a guitar to it. So he has this big solo. It's his favorite part of the set. It's like the end, and he starts shredding, and he's a shredder. And we press the A/B/Y switch, and it goes to us playing guitar in the back. So we're like, beep boop, beep beep beep. And he's sitting there doing it, and he was so pissed because it's like we're taking his craft, his art away from him.
And everyone was just there. Oh, that's brilliant. How can a band hate Mondays though? Like if you guys are touring, you don't really have that Monday grind, do you? You don't really have that like wake up on a Monday morning and
I'll
be
tell you
like,
what,
oh,
no.
It's all kind of Monday.
When you're on tour, it's every day's a Monday.
Yeah, every day
is
is Monday. But
It's
actually,
fun.
usually on tour, Monday's your day off, so it's like, I can sleep in today and like.
It's like every morning's a Monday, but every nighttime is a Friday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
you
like-
kind of experience the whole day. At some point during the day, it's like after sound check, you get like this moment of solitude where it's like a Sunday where you can relax. And then Friday's the show, the after party Saturday, and then when you wake up hungover, it's Monday.
It's a week within a day.
You
We
know?
literally
And
live a
then
week in a
and then
day.
you're like, okay, Tuesday and Wednesday, you're like, hey, let's figure out what we did with the set. Let's work. Let's try to make it better. Thursday is sound check. You're rehearsing for Friday night.
Yeah.
You know, you go through a whole week every single day.
Guys, I really want to thank you so much for coming in.
Of course, man. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Thank you so much for spending the time hanging out with Beers and Band. And I hope you enjoy Australia and have a wonderful time in Australia.
Great country.
And I cannot wait to see you guys again. So
Appreciate it.
look after yourselves.
Thank
Now
you.
let's go. Cheers.
What's up? We're We the Kings, and you just watched another episode of Beers with the Band. Don't forget to click the subscribe button somewhere down there. I never know where it is, but click it, and you can get more awesome episodes. But until next time, we're We the Kings. Peace.
Cheers. Like my wife had to do all the editing, so I was like, "There's no fucking way I'm doing any of it."
Yeah. Oh man, my girlfriend, not Maddie. Maddie's my cousin. My girlfriend does. That's weird. I'm pointing at the
Hey, it's
camera.
2016.
I'm pointing at the
Anything.
camera right now. My girlfriend does all the editing for this because I look at it and she was like, "Look, I'll teach you how to edit your interviews." I was like, "Yeah, sweet." Sat me down. Within 5 minutes, I was like,
Or you should try to just be super
So
bad at it.
let's turn this interview around, because sometimes that's a helpful interviewing tool.
"Oh shit."
We just talked about us having kids. When are you gonna take the final
Oh, hang on.
when are you gonna
Take a sip of that.
when are you gonna put a little ring on it?
Meeting you guys. I hope you have a really good show. And,
Hold on, here.
interview.
Rings in, fellas. Here,
Oh,
go ahead, put your ring in.